I call the member for Morani.
The committee report on the current health and safety culture within the coal mining industry reveals a very sharp divide between the views of coal mine operators and those of workers and the general public. As the report states, coal mine operator submissions habitually emphasise their company's commitment to safety above all else, while the worker representatives and community submitters identify ongoing health and safety deficits. Ultimately, however, the committee comes down on the side of industry, stating that, given the regulator's explanation that implementation of the BOI recommendations will reasonably take industry some time to achieve, the committee is generally satisfied with the progress being achieved by industry. The committee does note, however, that some worker representative and community submitters express frustration with the perceived lack of action on recommendations coming out of various government inquiries into coal mining safety, including the BOI. The committee later adds, "We remain very concerned that the coal mine worker and the community submitters do not believe there has been significant progress towards making mine sites safer since the BOI. The frustration of these submitters is palpable. Is it any wonder, Madam Deputy Speaker, there is in fact a very simple explanation for all the cynicism and lack of trust the committee witnessed. One of that can be summed up in a single word, and that's secrecy. While all industries are unique and there is much for mining industries to learn by comparing its own safety practices with that of aviation sector, particularly in terms of accident response times and the speed of its investigations and the transparency with which accidents reports, both primarily and final, are routinely made publicly available. Early in January, there was a collision between two Seaworld helicopters that killed 4 people and injured 9. The ATSB released its preliminary investigation report in just 2 months after that tragic accident. Compare that to the mining regular RSHQ. Since 2018, there has been 10 coal miners killed at work in Queensland mines and quarries. To date, no investigation reports for any of these fatalities have been made publicly available by the regulator. Of the 47 fatalities before 2009 and reviewed in the Brady report, only 3 have ever been released. And those 3 were only released as part of the coroner's proceedings. And as I said, each industry is unique, but I'm yet to hear a satisfactory explanation as to why there is such a stark difference between the aviation and mining sectors when it comes to sharing vital safety information. How are we to learn from past mistakes if they are continually being hidden behind a veil of secrecy, Madam Deputy Speaker? How are the families and loved ones of victims to achieve closure after such a traumatic event in their lives? And the reason the operators and the regulators are able to get away with it, it's all down to one simple word in the relevant acts. Under the Transport Safety Investigation Act 2003, the relevant clause states the ATSB must, as soon as practical after the investigation has been completed, publish by electronic or other means a report in relation to the investigation. The Coal Mining Safety and Health Act, however, states the Minister, CEO or Chief Inspector may make or issue a public statement identifying and giving information about A, the commission of offences against this Act and the persons who commit the offences, and B, investigations conducted under this Act about accidents or high potential incidents at a coal mine. Just a small difference in wording, may instead of must. And yet the
Excuse me, member. Can I ask you to move the debate be now adjourned?
I move that the debate be now adjourned.